guys. Welcome to Banky Tech YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, you can actually subscribe for more future content on ethical hacking and cybersecurity, etc. So in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how you are going to exploit a Windows machine and gain access to the Windows machine, which will give you a Meterpreter share. If you don't know what is Meterpreter share, it is what you will actually get after successfully exploiting a Windows machine and have access to the machine. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to do all of that. And also remember that this video is meant for educational purpose only. Don't do stuff that is not good with this, just for educational purposes. So in this video, I'm going to be using Windows 7 to teach you how to do this. I'm going to use Windows 7 to try to exploit a Windows 7 machine and gain access to this Windows 7 machine. So in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how you're going to do that. So first of all, if you don't have other computer that you can use to learn this, you can actually try to install a virtual machine. Actually, this is Windows 10 machine, Windows 7. This is actually what I use in practicing when I was learning how to exploit Windows machine. So if you don't have extra computer, you can actually install this on your virtual machine. So if you need help on how to do that, you can leave a comment in the comment section. So first of all, the first thing we need to do to exploit this Windows 7 machine is to turn on Windows 7 machines, which have successfully started. So now that the machine is currently starting, the next thing we need to do is try to scan the network and get access to this Windows 7 IP address, because that's the way we are going to exploit this machine. We need to have access to the IP address, and through the IP address we can then exploit it. So I'm going to pause this video for a while. Then when this page is done loading, I'm going to replay the video. Start Windows normally, okay? So okay, I've successfully turned on my Windows 7 machine, and now I have to enter the password. Okay, let me click on the password. So now I've successfully turned on my Windows 7 machine and I want to explore this Windows machine. So actually, I don't know why the screen is blank, but that's not why we are here. We are here to explore the target. So first thing we need to do is to know the IP address of this machine. And to do that, we click on CMD and type IP config. Yeah. So now this is the correct IP address. 10.57.250.146. This is the IP address of this machine. But the question is, what if we don't have access to this person's computer and we need access to this IP address? There's no way we are going to, come to the person's computer and type IP config to get his IP address. That is very wrong. So we're not going to use that strategy. What we need to do is scan the network that this IP address is connected to gain this IP address. So if you're a beginner, this might sound complicated. If you're a professional, it might look easy for you. So how are we going to do that now? We are going to do that through our Kali Linux, and I will tell you in this tutorial how you are going to do that. So first, click on my Kali Linux. Okay, click on my Kali Linux. Let me write my password. Now, now I have access to my Kali Linux. So to have access to that network IP address, we have to scan. And the way we can scan is by using Nmap. So Nmap is what we are going to use to, get the IP address of that Windows 7 machine. So we are going to use Nmap to do that, and I will show you how to do that. And the reason we are going to get the IP address of that machine is because we are currently connected to the same network. That's the reason why we are going to get it. So I will explain more on networking. If you need more video about that, I can drop on that. But let's just focus on why we are here. So first thing to do is to try and scan the network that we're currently on to get the IP address of Windows 7 machine. So here is how we are going to do it. To do that, to scan the network, first thing we need to do is to find out the IP address of our Kali Linux machine. And to do that is very easy. ifconfig. This is the IP address 10.57.250.161. So what we're going to do now, we're going to scan the network with Nmap, and to do that, we click on sudo Nmap. Okay, let me click on it. Is this still not clicking? What's going on? Okay, sorry. Control C. Okay, sudo Nmap underscore O. Then the IP address of our Kali Linux machine 10.57.250.161/24. So what we are trying to do here is scan all the network. I mean the Wi-Fi I'm currently connected to. We are trying to scan all the machines. Let me just say my phone, my device, everything that is connected to that network. So that is how we are going to have access to that Windows 7 machine. So now I've clicked on sudo nmap dash capital letter O, then my IP addresses of my Kali Linux, then underscore 24. So now enter password. Okay. So now I've currently entered my password and it's currently scanning. So I'm going to pause this video, then when it's done scanning, all the information will reflect on the page. So now guys, I have successfully scanned the network, and if you take a look at all the network right here, these are all the network that Nmap was able to fish out. Okay, if you take a look at the first network is okay, is my Kali Linux machine. Okay, device type phone. Like this one is from my Android device, my Samsung. Okay, then this one is okay, Windows 7. This is it. We have currently gotten the IP address of Windows 7 machine. So you see, it is very easy. Now we have gotten the IP address. So now we need to do is exploit this IP address and gain access to the Windows 7 machine. So the next thing we need to do, open a new page. I don't want to clear this page so it won't sound complicated to you. And for this error, ZSS corrupt history, that's a minor error. I will fix that. So now the next thing to do is try to exploit this machine. And to do that is click on MSF console. Okay, it's loading. I'm going to pause this video. When it's done loading, I will play the video again. So now guys, okay, it's actually done loading. So what we need to do to exploit this target is we have to look for the exploit that can be able to exploit that Windows 7 machine. And the name of the exploit is MS17. Okay, hold on. Search MS17. Yeah. So done. What you see right here are bunch of exploits. All these exploits can be used to exploit a Windows machine, but we have to look for a particular exploit that can be able to exploit Windows 7 machine. Take a look at this first exploit at number 0. exploit Windows XMB MS-17 internal blue, target Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10 Pro, Windows 10 Pro Enterprise. So looking at this, your mind will tell you, okay, this exploit is meant for Windows 7 machine. And if you take a look at other exploit like, okay, other exploit like this exploit window SMB MS-17, this exploit can be used to exploit a Windows 10 machine, right? For this particular one, Eternal Blue can be used to exploit Windows 7 upward, but it cannot exploit Windows 10. I know you see target Windows 10 Pro, but there are chances that it will not work. So let's move over to why we are here. So first of all, we need to click on this exploit, use 0, which is this first one. Click on OK, no payload configured, default payload to Windows x64 Meterpreter reverse TCP. So now we have clicked that exploit. So what we need to do is click on clear to make the screen look more nicer. Then show options. Okay, these are the stuff that are required to exploit this machine. Arrow host, arrow ports, arrow host and arrow port. So what is the arrow host? The arrow host is the IP address which we got from here, which we got from here, 1057.250. This is the arrow host. So we need to set it. So set arrow host, then okay, paste the IP address. We have successfully set arrow host. Then arrow port is already, oh, we made an error. Set arrow host. Set arrow host. Okay. I didn't place S. So now I've set arrow host. So arrow port is already set. The rest are not need to be set. So okay. L port, L host. This L host is the IP address of our Kali Linux machine. So it actually set automatically. It might not happen like that in yours because maybe your machine, your machine is not configured, but mine is already configured. So if you have any error, you can message me in the comment section. Maybe I can provide you with some info that might be helpful. So now all we need to do is clear, then click on run. Let's see what's going to happen. Host is likely vulnerable to MS-17 Windows 7. Okay, the exploit is currently reloading. Let's wait. Bam, we have successfully exploit Windows 7. We have successfully hacked the target. So now we have access to the Windows 7 machine. Like I said before in the beginning of the video, I said when we successfully attack a machine, we are going to get a Meterpreter shell, and which we did. So now we have successfully have access to the Windows 7 machine. So now what are we going to do next? That's the question. So what we now do next, now that we have access to this Windows 7 machine, is what we called post-exploitation. We have already explored the target, right? So what is next is post-exploitation. What is post-exploitation? Now we have access to the machine, we can now have access to other information, retrieve credentials and all of them, a lot of stuff and all of them. So that is what we will do during the post-exploitation. But I will not make any post-exploitation in this video because this video was not meant for post-exploitation. It was just meant to exploit a vulnerable machine. So there are also other things you can do with this though. There are also other things you can do with this. There's other things you can do with this. But I'm going to give you an example to show you that I have successfully exploited this machine. and I have access to this machine. So I'm going to make an example and you will see what's going to happen. So now let me go back to the Windows 7 machine. I want to show you something. So now that this Windows 7 machine I have exploited it, I want to screenshot this page, right? When I screenshot this page on my Linux machine, it's going to appear that I have screenshotted the page. So this example to tell you that I've successfully explored the machine, because some of you might think I have not, based on you have no understanding, but I'm going to show you an example. So right now, this page is currently like this, right? So I'm going to give you an example. Okay, go to my Linux machine. So now I'm going to take a screenshot, which I already did, but I paused the video to make the screenshot. So let me just screenshot it again. Okay, screenshot. Okay, let's see. Screenshot saved to home Bankili. So I have successfully screenshotted the page of my Windows 7 machine. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to access the screenshot on my Kali Linux here. So this is how I'm going to do it. So now this is my Kali Linux machine, and look at the image here. You see, this is the image that I screenshot. So now I've successfully hacked the machine. So that's how you hack a Windows 7 machine though. So this video is actually meant for Windows 7 though. They actually how you can hack Windows 10, Windows 11, but this is specifically for Windows 7. So I know most of you might think this looks so easy, but it's not easy. I've been doing it for a very long time, and there are some things that I can manipulate that you don't know about. Let me be honest with you, I'm not going to make things sweet for you. There are things that I've manipulated and all of that to make it work. But you following this procedure, there are 95% chances that it will work. But me having experience in this, I know how it works, I know what to do. But you following this procedure, there are chances that it is going to work. So if you need more video like this, you can actually leave a comment. I can drop a video on how you can exploit Windows 10 machine and also Windows 11. But this is just Windows Windows 7 which successfully explored. So now that I've successfully exploited it, what is next? Which I said before, post-exploitation. Post-exploitation is what you can do. You cannot just only screenshot. There are a lot of things you can do. You can screen record, you can collect data, you can do a lot of stuff. You understand? You can do a lot of stuff. So now I click on help. These are the list of things you can do with Meterpreter. So these are list of things you can do with Meterpreter. A lot of things you can, okay, display information about the post module, print working directory, a lot of things that you can do right there. So I cannot do that. Even webcam, look at it. Webcam chat, start a video chat. So if I start a video chat, there are chances that the Windows 7 machine will receive it. You understand? There are chances that the Windows machine will receive it, and I can be able to screen record and save it here. So these are the list of things that you can do. So I'm not going to explain that in the video, but on this video, this is what you will get. So, but the next thing to ask you is that what are the pros and cons? It's actually have a cons. It's not just as easy as you think it is. The pros and cons that you will experience while exploiting a machine is that a session might die. Okay, let me give you an example. If you are trying to exploit a machine and then sometimes you might experience something when exploiting a machine, a session can die. I mean, during the process of you exploiting the machine, an error might occur and it won't work. It's not that you did something wrong, but it won't just work. It's just normal. It won't work. So I cannot explain that in this video, but this is the basic knowledge I can give you on this. I don't want to dive deep more, but if you need more explanation, like I said before, you can message me in the comment section and I will help you. And also, there's also an easy way you can do this though, so you won't spend much time trying to exploit a target, doing all the work. There's an easy way you can do it, but I will give you in the next video. So this is going to be the end of the video, guys. I hope you have a nice and blessed day. Sayonara.